Hi guys, welcome to Sorry Outside.
Well, today I'm going to prepare one of the most famous Goan sweet that is known as bibik or bibinka as we call it. And every Goan can relate to this because this is how we love this sweet. I always had someone from Goa getting me this, or if I didn't have an option, I would go to the cold storage which is at my place in Mumbai, and there they sell this Costa's Bibik. I think most of us know about Costa's Bibik, and it's really yummy. Apart from that, the original one, which is made at home in the local Goan homes, that is amazingly delicious. And I had never made this dessert, but I thought of trying it out today. It will be my first time, and it will be the same thing for y'all who are making it for the first time. So y'all know how to do it and what to follow. So let me ask my East Indian cum Mandarin husband that did he ever have this sweet?
See, it's not just Goans who have Bibik, it's us, it's Catholics in general. So the first time I ever tasted Bibik was in Mahim Church. There is a cold storage in Mahim, near Mahim Church, and that was the first time I ever tasted when I was very little. And since then I have very fond memories of them. And the best I've ever tasted Bibik was with vanilla ice cream.
Oh yeah, it goes really well with vanilla ice cream. If it's a little warm and you have this cold vanilla scoop ice cream put on top of it, it tastes really amazing. So well guys, let's make a rainbow of bibik. That's what I'm aiming to make. So let's check it out guys. So to prepare my bibik, I have taken 8 egg yolks, and now I'll be adding this to the bowl. Then I'll be adding some granulated sugar. I will give this a quick stir, ensuring the eggs and the sugar mix well. Also add a pinch of salt. And this is what it looks like. Now I'll be adding some thick coconut milk. Now I will mix it really well, and I'll be using a spoon itself. Then I'll add some vanilla essence, about half a teaspoon, not much, only to just give it a flavor, but it shouldn't be overpowering the batter. Then I'll be adding 3/4 teaspoon of nutmeg powder. This is giving the actual flavor to the bibik. And now I'll proceed to use a handheld mixer to mix it thoroughly so that the sugar is melted completely and you get a very fine batter. Now this is done. Now I'll be proceeding to add some flour. I'll add little at a time, not all together, and I'll mix it with the batter. To this I'll be adding 2 teaspoons of butter. I'm adding the butter just to incorporate it with the batter. Now this is how my batter looks like. It's nice and thick. So what I'll be doing now is I'll be proceeding to strain the batter to give it a very smooth texture. So let's move to the next step. This step is really important as there may be some lumps and everything, which will totally eliminate this kind of lumps from the batter. Now I'm almost done with the straining, and I've got a really nice smooth batter, and this is how it looks like. It's really nice and smooth. There are no lumps, and this is how your batter should be. And now I'll be dividing this into different bowls and I'll be adding the color to give it that different color or the rainbow look. So the next step I'll be preparing is the caramel, and I'll be adding 2 tablespoons of sugar, and to this I'll be adding 1 tablespoon of water. That's the ratio you need to take, and I'll make a nice smooth caramel out of this. So usually when you see the Bibik, you see the layers having different kind of shades of brown, and then it's like creamish kind as well. So they alternate the colors with the caramel. So if you don't have food colors, you can actually do it just with the caramel. You can put in one bowl, you can add the darker shade, you can add more caramel in it. You can reduce the caramel portions as you want it lighter, and then you'll get your desired color of the Bibik. So as you can see, the sugar is changing its color, and I'm making it a little brownish so that it changes the color of the batter. This is how brown you would want your caramel to be. Now I'll be adding the caramel to the batter. So guys, first now I'll be adding the butter to the baking pan, and I'll be adding at least 2 to 3 tablespoons. I've melted the butter. You can also use ghee, but I prefer butter. It gives you a better taste, but that's also depending upon your choice. I'll add in the butter and try to spread it out, so you ensure that all the sides are thoroughly there are butter from all the sides. You can also take some on your palm, so you can ensure that the sides of the baking pan are well greased. You can use your fingers for this. So as you can see, I've already added the colors to the batter, and this is the batter which I've added the caramel to, and I'll be adding this as the first layer, and I'll pour it into the baking pan. I'll add this to the pan, adjust it well. Now I'll be proceeding to put it in the oven. I've preheated the oven to 200 degrees Celsius, and I'll be cooking this for about 15 minutes. And I'll be cooking this on both the heat, the top heat and the below heat. And the next steps where I'm putting the Bibik batter, I'll be only using the top heat. So always ensure that the first bottom part will be both the heat, and for the next batter which we keep on adding will be only the heat from top. Now I spread in some butter, so it gives that moistness, and I'll pour my next layer. So for the next layer, I'll be pouring just half of my batter so that I can get more layers. I'll add this, spread it out evenly, and now I'll keep this to bake only on the top heat for 15 minutes. I'll apply some butter now, spread it out evenly. And now I'll proceed with another color. Just remember to add half the batter. Spread it out well and let it bake for about 15 minutes from the top. Don't need to give a bottom heat, always remember, otherwise it'll burn and it will not turn out good. So I'll spread some more butter. Now I proceed to add some red batter. Spread it evenly, and now I'll proceed to put it in the oven, and I'll do the same for the rest of the batter as well to form layers. So guys, now my bibinka is baked, and this is how it looks like. I'll run the knife through this so that it comes out easily, and since it has enough butter, it should actually come out easily. And now I'll proceed to remove this off on a plate. And this is how it looks like. It looks really amazing. And let's cut in and see how does it actually look. Let's check it out. So as you can see guys, this is how it looks. It looks really amazing. So I hope you all enjoyed watching the video guys. Please do like and subscribe to our channel. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter and show us your love. So I'll see you next time guys.